You know this Inquisition isn't as bad as I thought. Odd, I was just thinking that same thing.
The people, on the other hand, terrible.
I hope the company's better than you thought, too.
It's better than the deep roads, that's for sure.
I expected fewer horses and more explosions.
Well, they didn't give you the choice to serve or die.
I have to agree.
There's more beer than I expected. It helps.
Nothing is ever as bad as our minds make it.
Yeah, for an organization run mostly by humans.
Wait, you thought it would be bad?
I'm sure my opinion on the Inquisition bothers the Inquisition very little.
When this is over, I hope we mages are given some freedom. After all, isn't the point to change things? But you know what happened after Kirkwall. We have to approach this carefully.
Want freedom? Take it. If you wait for someone to give it to you, you'll never be free.
If only it were that simple.
I honestly find it difficult to decide where I stand on the whole thing.
Sure, if you say so.
Ah, so you're in it for yourself too.
I wonder where that leaves the elves.
I thought the point was to get things back under control.
We should take things one at a time. First, try not to die.
Maybe you should look at the Kunawi Cerebus and remember that you are lucky.
The breach isn't going to make people trust mages more, Rion.
It is not for me to decide the point.
Well, how's everyone doing today? Splendid.
Ugh.
All right, Ryan. What do you want?
I am well, my friend. And you?
I have a rash.
Just splendid.
You ask like you want to know.
I worry I forgot to do something.
I am well.
Been better. Been worse.
I'm wonderful. Thanks so much for asking.
Keeping an eye to the shadows.
This is ridiculous. Why did I agree to come here? Yes, we really shouldn't have agreed to come.
The promise of treasure and fine company.
I'm pretty sure you don't want me answering that.
A mystery for the ages.
Was it because you thought you could find some magical artifact that would allow you to fry us all in our skins?
Indeed. Why is you here? To test our patience?
You hate it when we talk, but it's just fine when you talk, isn't it?
You know, we could be friends if you tried.
I assume that question was rhetorical.
How am I supposed to know why you do things?
Because deep down, you know you love us.
Because we needed your skill.
Ugh. Ugh.
What bothers you this time? Is it the smell of social interaction?
Oh dear, your life is ever so hard, isn't it?
Are you feeling all right?
Wow, that almost sounded like a Bronto. Good job.
Do you ever stop your belly aching?
What now?
Are you all right?
If there is anything I can do to ease your discomfort, just say it.
Please, you're barely scratched.
You ate the ham, didn't you?
Is that supposed to elicit sympathy?
Once this is over, the spy master promised to let me look at her library. I hear she has the first edition of Forticam Kadab. Exciting, no?
You'll have to let me know what's in there.
I doubt Sister Liliana collects tomes that describe how to eviscerate your enemies with your mind.
I fear what's in a spy master's library.
I sneaked in there a week ago. None of the pages tasted very good.
Books are just kindling.
I wonder if she has anything on elven history.
I wonder what she reads for fun.
I suppose your love of books is your one redeeming feature.
If you're impressed by her library, you should see what the Tomasrins collect.
Did she? I hear she collects rare romances, even the naughty ones.
She is a bard. She says what the listener wants to hear.
When the breach first opened, I managed to evade demons by hiding in a snowdrift. Good thing you had your trusty coat with you, eh?
That sounds uncomfortable. Still, better than being ripped apart by a demon, I suppose.
Must not have been a pride demon, then.
Demons must be stupider than I thought.
Was it cold? I bet it was cold.
Impressive. I would have just killed them.
You were lucky you didn't freeze.
Freezing to death is hardly preferable.
A wise man knows when not to fight.
Why didn't you just kill them?
Good thinking.
Snow makes a poor hiding spot, but with limited options, one must sometimes freeze to survive.
Considering what we're up against, I really hope the Inquisition knows what it's doing. And what it's doing with us.
Well, it seems to have the best idea of anyone.
Might be foolish of me, but I think it does. There's enough people here that they'll likely stumble upon some kind of solution.
All we can do is take each day as it comes.
Oh, it probably doesn't. Who cares?
Taking the opportunity to seize power, that's what.
A sentiment I can understand.
Does anyone ever really know what they're doing?
Me too. The thought keeps me up at night.
I don't want to think about that too much.
Of course it does.
One shouldn't ask so many questions, for fear of the answers.
If I survive this, maybe I'll move to a cottage, get a dog, and a vegetable garden. Huh, sounds similar to what I had in mind.
Well, I hope you get what you want. I hope we all do.
Such lofty aspirations. What's next? A second pair of shoes?
If only I had that luxury. It's the deep roads for me.
Are you going to feed the vegetables to the dog or the other way around? Because one time...
Well, isn't that sweet?
And an elf to tend the garden, no doubt.
I find dogs are often nicer than people.
When I was living apart from my clan, I had my own garden. Cabbages, mostly.
That sounds dull.
Oh, I love dogs! And cats. Ooh, and pigs. And weasels. Except the really grumpy ones.
I've never had a dog or a garden.
Once when I was in the deep roads, I held off a group of darkspawn for 2 days. Funny, I think I've done the exact same thing.
Really? If you were down there, how did you know 2 days had passed?
Homesick, are we?
Dwarves and darkspawn. The endless war, one side pushing incessantly on the doors of the other's last refuge. Reminds me of a relationship of mine that went sour. Darkspawn. Bastards look terrible and smell worse.
Stupid Carter got messed up with darkspawn blood once. It wasn't pretty.
Darkspawn, Red Templars, demons. They'll all die screaming.
You de Gunlen are so funny.
I've never encountered Darkspawn, nor do I wish to.
And now you're here. I suppose certain skills are universal.
Why did they not just step over you?
I think I saw a darkspawn once. It was during the Blight. I was just a girl then.
Perhaps the dwarf would fare better if we were fighting darkspawn instead.
There's so much life on the surface. If not for the Inquisition, I would never have experienced it. Yes, birds. They fly. In the air. Well, back home, if anything's flying at you, someone's throwing it.
Yes, it's all quite lovely. Except squirrels. I hate squirrels.
It all dies. Don't worry.
Ever been hunting? We'll take you hunting. Get you a little bow.
Yes, much more to eat up here.
Just wait till you see a dragon.
I cannot imagine what it's like to never see the sky.
I've seen pictures of Deep Roads creatures. Those pale things with claws and teeth. Terrifying.
It's a fine thing to see all the world has to offer. I haven't done enough of it myself.
You never know. You might have left the Legion.
Have you visited the rookery? Who knew birds could crap so much?
I knew of a baroness with a menagerie in her bedroom. She liked nature.
Once this is all over, I suppose I'll have to return to the deep roads. It is our duty.
You shouldn't go back. You really, really shouldn't. It sounds horrible.
Yes, that sounds good. Go with that.
Your duty is a drawn-out death sentence.
You're crazy. Why would you go back?
Sounds like you're not looking forward to it.
Your customs are so odd.
I wonder if there are dwarves afraid of the dark.
You think too much of the future.
You should choose your own path.
I'm sure we could find a way for you to stay. If you wanted to stay, that is.
It is pointless to speculate on the future.
Inquisition is such a funny word. I know!
Great. Funny words now.
Ugh, why does it talk?
Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
I don't think so. It's short and to the point.
Only if you say it funny.
I'm sure it is.
It implies inquiry. I find it quite instructive, actually.
You are a refreshing breeze, my tiny friend.
No, it's not. You're the funny one.
Do you really think?
I don't get it.
When I was trapped in the Vimark Mountains, I ate lots of mushrooms. The ones that glow are the best.
That explains a lot.
Pity you didn't stay trapped.
I imagine your options were limited.
You ought to try them cooked in ale and served over roast nug.
You do what you can to survive.
I don't understand dwarves.
What I wouldn't give to be trapped somewhere quiet sometimes.
Life finds a way.
Lots of mushrooms in mountain prisons, then.
That sounds horrible. Thank the maker you got out.
Deep mushrooms make decent poison.
I wonder if I could find that cave with the glowing lichen again. It was west of Ferelden. I think I've seen that stuff east of the Free Marches.
Why? You know what? Never mind. Do not answer that. I don't want to know.
I'm going to die here. I just know it.
Everyone needs a hobby, I suppose.
You certainly won't find me any help.
Well, if you need any help, I'm available.
Mytholinast? What are you even talking about?
Are you sure it wasn't south of the Imperium?
If that is what you wish, then you should seek it out.
I've never heard of such a thing.
But everything is west of Ferelden.
I will be of no help.
Your chantry goes belly up, the Inquisition steps in. Always something to keep the same people in power. It's not my chantry.
If there's a better way to restore peace, by all means, please, point it out.
There are many kinds of power.
I'm just a soldier. It's not my place to comment. Easier that way.
I take it you have no love for the Inquisition.
And they're watching, always watching, and judging.
At least there is one thing we can agree upon.
I suppose you'd prefer chaos.
I hope one day you will let go of your anger.
Human politics make my head spin.
We're not all bad, Tamar.
Even when things change, they stay the same.
The last time I met a group of rebel mages, I let them live. One of them told a funny story. It ends with a broom, a goose, and a pot of honey, right?
A funny story. I didn't think you had a sense of humour.
Well, aren't you merciful?
Remind me to stockpile some funny stories in case I get on your bad side.
I have come across very few mages in my life.
It would have been funnier if you killed them.
Elganon. Are all shems like this?
Do you prefer slapstick, dark comedy, puns? I know a few limericks.
You are a fascinating woman, Tamar.
That's it? You're not going to tell the story?
Don't talk. Please don't talk. I just want to get through this.
No one has ever told me a story in exchange for not killing them. Sad.
If I survive, I'll be free. The commander gave his word. I fight for him, and I get to live. How strange that we're fighting for the very people who took Haven from us. Colgrim would be ashamed.
I'm not going to say anything. I don't want your sword in my gut, nor Cullen's.
Can we just focus on not dying right this minute? Please?
No point in worrying about it, is there?
The commander will keep his word. He's an honorable man.
I wouldn't trust him. He smells like elderflower and oak moss. Suspicious.
I wouldn't trust him. But then I am Dalish, and he is from the Chantry.
The commander will keep his promise. He seems a good man.
Everyone deserves freedom.
If you didn't believe him, why agree to his terms?
If he frees you, what then? Hide out in the mountains and find another dragon to worship?
I have not had many dealings with the commander. He seems hard to kill.
I've never had my skill so tested in my life. Quiet. Don't let them hear you say that.
Your clan must not produce very good mages, then.
More than you thought you could handle?
That's more than I expected you to admit.
Count yourself lucky.
Isn't it great?
And yet you still stand. You must be doing something right.
I know what you mean. Everyone's so experienced. Sometimes I feel out of place.
It took courage to admit that, I know.
That inspires confidence.
I know what you mean.
It is all a test. Never stop paying attention.
It will be a relief to return to my clan once all this is done. I feel the same way.
It will be a relief in general once this is all done.
I'm not sure why you think I care.
I'm sure it will be.
My duty weighs heavy on my mind as well.
I like potatoes. They grow underground.
It will be a relief to see you go.
I try not to think about the future.
I may stay with the Inquisition. These humans are interesting.
Must be nice to have somewhere you belong.
Oh, you miss home.
If she survives.
I never thought I would say this, but I've learned much from traveling with you all. I can't believe you're admitting that.
Well, I'm going to savor this moment.
Great. I'm so happy for you. Now go away.
Good. I was getting tired of the haughty elf act.
We all have.
Did you look at my journal? Did you? Ugh, I'm never sleeping again.
Never thought I'd hear that.
Glad to be of service.
We Dalish live a sheltered existence. This journey can only help us understand ourselves better.
You're welcome.
Likewise.
That is good news.
There are so many people in the world. I'm not used to the lack of silence. It's hard worrying what they all think of you, isn't it?
And it shows.
Why would you want to get used to it?
Nice to have someone watching your back for a change, isn't it?
I'm still getting used to mountains and the sky.
I spent months lost in a magical prison. Never got used to that.
Don't get too attached to all those people. They die.
You're not the only one. This has been an experience.
I understand.
They're all pretty much the same.
But you like it here, right?
I work better alone as well.
I wonder if I'll ever be able to go back to the life I had before. Maybe you don't want to.
Something tells me you'd be anxious in any case.
Could you please wander a little more quietly?
Oh, probably not. But that's what growing's all about.
A fear I have been turning over in my own head.
I once tried to eat tree bark. It wasn't very tasty.
At least you have the option.
I can't wait to get back to my clan.
You could, but perhaps it will not satisfy you as it did.
No, you won't.
Why would you want to? You could stay with the Inquisition. We would welcome you.
Best not to wonder.
So when we get back, does anyone fancy a drink at the tavern? That's what friends do, right? I think so. Maybe. But let's try not to look at anyone the wrong way.
I'll drink you under the table any day.
Oh, you were serious.
Sure, why not?
I would gladly share ale with you.
I like the Undercroft better.
We're not friends.
Please. The tavern?
Certainly. I should like to try that at least once.
Is it?
The tavern's quite rowdy, isn't it? I didn't think you'd like that.
I do not fraternize.
I once dreamed of seeing places like this. And isn't the reality even more remarkable?
I bet in your dreams there were fewer people trying to kill you.
Are we sharing dreams now?
I hope reality compares.
So did I.
I once dreamed of a giant fluffy nug.
Dreams are useless things.
Did you really?
Really? Because this is a bit of a nightmare for me. Did you see what we're up against?
Then you got out of your cave and decided to make it a reality. I respect that.
So this is a dream come true for you. That's wonderful.
I don't dream.
Being with the Inquisition has opened my eyes to how little I truly understood the world before. And yet, there is still so much to see.
I've lived in this world my whole life, and believe me, I'm still baffled by half of it.
Maker. What I wouldn't give to be ambushed right now.
I suppose it doesn't hurt to have expectations challenged.
You and I both.
Understanding is overrated.
I understand the world enough to know I dislike most of it.
It's interesting how easily you take to the world of the Shemlin. I'm almost embarrassed for you.
I'll never understand everything. Perhaps that's a good thing.
I don't think I'll ever feel like I truly understand anything.
We're all having learning experiences. Isn't that exciting?
I understand enough to function within it. That's all I need.
Did anyone try that ham they had at camp yesterday? Yes, and I'm still regretting it.
Are you sure it was ham?
I considered poisoning that ham. Looks like I didn't need to.
Never eat the ham. It's never ham.
You mean the nug loaf?
Why? Was it made of people?
I don't eat meat.
I don't eat anything I haven't prepared myself.
Ah, do you mean the ham that was green and fuzzy on the outside?
No, but now I'm curious.
I don't think that was ham, Killian.
No.
This Inquisition must be desperate, recruiting the way they do. Just look at us. What's wrong? We're great.
I don't know about you, but I can see why I was recruited.
I'd rather not.
I've seen better, and I've seen worse. We're not so bad.
And what is wrong with us?
What am I looking at?
We are powerful. Little matters beyond that.
They need all the help they can get.
I still can't believe they took me.
There is a common threat. It is not so strange.
Different people fighting for the same cause. Isn't it great?
This is a fine group, which I would not enjoy killing, if it came to that.
Ever fought a wyvern? I did once. Sold the head for good money, too. Yes, I have. And the money is good.
Good to know. If I ever run out of gold.
Yes, but have you ever killed a dragon?
What about the gallbladder? You didn't leave that behind, did you?
I hear they're poisonous.
Did you eat the rest of it?
Lucrative, you say?
Disgusting.
The head?
I'm impressed. They are great beasts.
Oh! People will buy anything in Valrio.
I'll be happy if I never see a demon again after this. I hate demons.
Afraid of demons? Welcome to my life.
Demons. As long as you expect them, they aren't so terrible.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Don't like demons. Don't like darkspawn.
A demon is much like any other foe.
We can all hope.
You actually sound afraid. That's unexpected.
I can understand that.
I never want to see another demon.
Demonic foes are tricky.
I met the divine Justinia only once before she died. She was lovely. Wasn't she? Ugh, such a shame she died.
She could have done more for the mages, though.
Such blind admiration. Are all Templars so ignorant?
They don't let people like me meet people like her.
I've heard only that she was honorable.
Lovely? I would have expected her to be divine.
It was her that took Haven, but by then the hero of Ferelden had done most of the work.
Lovely. I'm sure.
I don't know what I'd say to the divine if I met her. Maybe Your Grace? Is hello too familiar?
She worked for peace. That's more than many have done.
The divine? Oh, the one with the big hat.
The divine is a hard woman to kill. You have to respect our enemy.
I pray the Maker smiles on the Inquisition. Our cause is righteous. Indeed, it is righteous.
Whatever you say, Templar.
If you're so certain prayer works, why not pray for something better?
You're very certain of things, aren't you? It's all right. You'll outgrow it.
It'll take more than prayer to win this battle.
I don't trust Smiles.
Ha, righteous. Your hands are just as bloody as mine, girl.
Isn't your Maker gone? Or am I mistaken?
Your faith is a little scary, Belinda.
All men are righteous in their minds.
She may pray, if she does so quietly.
I wish I had your conviction.
I hope to stay and serve the Inquisition once this war is over. I was just thinking that. You're so much like me, it's eerie.
Maker, that sounds like it would be boring.
Shh, I'm thinking.
A career soldier, I see. You'll outgrow that, but maybe too late.
I'm sure they would welcome you.
That'll work, unless you die.
Perhaps you could kiss the Inquisition's ass somewhere else.
I suppose it is good to believe in something.
Why not travel a little? See the world?
Plan to win the battle first, darling.
To each your own, I suppose.
I go with the spymaster beats. That will not change. This is the first time I've worked for an organization like the Inquisition. It was always a person before. The Inquisition is like a person. Different parts, one body.
Working for an organization beats living under its thumb.
Did someone ask you for your life story? Keep quiet. It suits you better.
Organization, person. Makes little difference in the end.
There is strength in numbers.
I worked for the Carta. They left me in the Vimarks. I hated it.
I don't like working for anyone.
I do not work for the Inquisition. I am here as an ally on my own terms.
I've never been part of something like this before either.
Is there a difference in the end?
You ought to try working for yourself.
You still answer to the spymaster. She's a person.
When we're through, perhaps the spymaster will turn me over to someone else. Or maybe she won't.
You seem to embrace servitude. It's quite horrifying.
Good. Good for you.
You know you get to choose, if you want.
You talk like you're something to be passed from owner to owner.
Can I keep you? You're useful.
She does that a lot, does she?
I don't understand humans. Is this normal?
When we're through, I just hope she doesn't kill me.
She doesn't own you.
Yes, but what do you want?
Or you could stay with us.
I like birds. I had a parakeet. It was blue. And then it died. We should get another.
Right.
Why? How? How does this help us?
Eh? Why are you telling us that?
Everything dies.
Blue? It died of sadness?
Why, did you kill it?
Birds are meant to be free, not held in cages. You should be sorry.
That's horrible.
All things come to an end.
You're not good at telling stories.
I'm so sorry.